Have you ever wondered how many partners the average ancient man actually had? The answer might surprise you, and it's very different from what movies and legends suggest. Let's look at the real history and science behind this question. Modern genetic research has actually helped answer this mystery. Scientists studied ancient human DNA to understand our ancestors' family patterns. What they found was surprising and a little unexpected. Genetic data shows that far more women passed on their genes than men. This suggests that only a small number of men had children with multiple women. Meanwhile, most men throughout history had very limited access to partners. Let's start at the very beginning with early hunter-gatherer societies. Small groups of people lived and traveled together for survival. In these groups, resources were shared fairly evenly among everyone. Because of this, most relationships were roughly one partner per person. Multiple partners were rare and usually not sustainable in small groups. Everyone needed to contribute to hunting, gathering, and survival. This made large families with multiple partners difficult to maintain. So for most of early human history, monogamy was actually quite common. But everything changed around 10,000 years ago. With the rise of farming, human societies transformed dramatically. People began settling in one place and building permanent homes. For the first time, land and property became valuable resources. This shift changed how relationships and family structures worked. Wealthy landowners could now support larger households. And with wealth came power, and with power came influence. Ancient historical records reveal a striking pattern. Kings, chiefs, and rulers often had many wives at once. Some ancient rulers reportedly had dozens, even hundreds of partners. This was often a symbol of political power and social status. But this wasn't the reality for ordinary people. For most common men, having even one wife was a challenge. Resources were limited, and competition for partners was intense. This created a massive gap between elite men and average men. Genetic studies confirm this imbalance existed for thousands of years. Research suggests that during certain periods, very few men reproduced. In fact, some studies estimate that only about 1 in 17 men passed on their genes compared to nearly all women. This dramatic difference is sometimes called a genetic bottleneck. It didn't mean fewer men existed. It meant fewer men had children. Powerful men monopolized reproduction, while many others had none. This pattern appeared across multiple ancient civilizations. In ancient Egypt, pharaohs were well known for having multiple wives. The same pattern existed in ancient Mesopotamia and parts of Asia. Meanwhile, farmers and laborers usually had just one partner, if any. Cultural laws and customs varied greatly across different regions. Some ancient societies allowed polygamy only for the wealthy or powerful. Others enforced monogamy as a cultural or religious rule. Nomadic tribes often had different customs than settled farming communities. Resource availability played a huge role in shaping these systems. In areas with scarce resources, monogamy was often more common. In wealthier regions, polygamy was more likely among elite men. Modern researchers use ancient DNA to map these historical patterns. By comparing male and female genetic diversity, scientists can estimate reproductive imbalance. This scientific method reveals patterns that written history often missed. The evidence paints a clear picture across many ancient societies. A small number of powerful men fathered a large share of children. Meanwhile, the average man often had just one partner, or none at all. This imbalance likely caused significant social tension throughout history. Some historians believe this contributed to competition, conflict, and even warfare. Men without partners had strong incentives to seek power or resources. Over time, many societies began shifting toward monogamous marriage systems. Religious and legal reforms played a major role in this transition. Monogamy helped create more social stability and reduce competition. Eventually, many cultures adopted one-partner marriage as the standard. This shift dramatically changed family structures around the world. Today, Most modern societies legally recognize monogamous marriage, but traces of ancient polygamous customs still exist in some cultures today. Understanding this history helps us see how deeply resources shape relationships. It also shows how power and inequality influenced human reproduction for centuries. So, what's the real answer to our original question? For most ordinary ancient men, the answer was simple: one partner or none at all. Multiple partners were mostly limited to a small, powerful elite. This is a great example of how science and history work together. Genetics helped uncover a truth that historical records alone couldn't fully explain. It's fascinating how much our DNA can reveal about the past. This story also reminds us how deeply inequality shaped ancient societies. Modern relationships today look very different from ancient reproductive patterns. Most cultures today emphasize equality and mutual choice in relationships. Let's quickly summarize what we've learned today. Most ancient men had one partner, while a few powerful men had many. This imbalance was shaped by wealth, power, and available resources. Genetic research helped confirm patterns that history books often overlooked. It's a powerful reminder of how science can reveal hidden truths. History isn't just about kings and rulers, it's also about everyday people. Every discovery like this helps us understand humanity a little better. If you found this topic fascinating, you're not alone. If you enjoyed learning about this piece of hidden history, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for exploring this fascinating topic with me today. See you in the next video. Stay curious and keep exploring history.